welcome to episode 2 of the Dairy $1 billion challenge, or £1 billion challenge, sorry. So you'll notice in the top right hand corner that I have a fair bit more money than I did in the last episode. So I finished the contract with the harvester. It didn't work out. I'm not quite sure why it didn't work out, but we're about 4 or 5% short on the parsnips, so I had to back out the contract, which meant we lost a lot of money. I did manage to pick up a special contract, which I'll show you in a minute, for delivering stuff to the dealer, the animal dealer, which made us 240,000, which put us back in a decent place. So obviously it's late September. We are going to do another couple of missions, a couple of contracts, try and make a few more pennies, and then start thinking about extra land, more grass. Starting out getting this silo started, filling the silo up, get some hay bales going, and hopefully this wheat will grow, and we'll actually have a decent amount of wheat, and then we can get some more straw bales in as well, and start prepping for the cows. I'm not sure what's going on with the chickens. For some reason their health's not going up. I'm not sure whether that's because I've made it a 4-day month instead of a 1-day month, but it's not going up, so we have to keep an eye on those chickens. If we lose them, we lose them. We'll start from scratch with them. Yeah. So let's just jump in the contract page, and we'll have a look, and I'll show you what I mean by special missions. So this is one here, the animal dealer mission. £12,000. He wants 11,000 litres of water and 6,000 litres of grass. We don't have any grass, unfortunately. The water's fine, get the water free from anywhere, so that's not an issue, but the grass is the problem. And then there's another one a bit further down here somewhere. There, special contract, that one there, where he wants hay. Again, I don't have any, which is slightly frustrating. But I think for now we'll stay away from the harvesting contracts because I'm not entirely sure that they're working properly for whatever reason. I mean, these look great. You know, this is all carrots. You're looking at £18,000 a job, but if they're not going to work, then I can't afford to be throwing money away. There's a couple more deadwood contracts here that are nice. We could do them. Or like I said, we can look at these. The animal dealer one. You know, like I said, the water's not a problem. So I think what we'll do is we'll walk over to the field. It's got the grass in it to see what the grass is doing. Maybe even come back and mow this and see if I can get 6,000 litres of grass out of our land. Just so that we can deliver it. Well, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to pick it up yet. But we got a fair bit. We've got a fair few pennies, so we can cope. The grass is still growing here, so this grass isn't ready. But all of this around the outside of the field is ours. All of this around the edge of this field is ours. So I'm wondering whether we can make up 6,000 litres of grass out of what we got here. And deliver it to him. That is an option, I believe, and one that we should consider. I'm not sure that's a forage wagon though. And we're going to borrow the items anyway because I need the water trailer. So we're going to take it. We've got 55 hours to complete the job. A couple of tractors. Is that a forage wagon? No, it's not. Right, so that trailer's going to stay there then. So what we'll do is we'll go and get some water in this trailer. And we'll consider how we're going to get this grass. I honestly believe the best way to do it is cut around the fields at the farm. I do have a mower in the barn. A bit big for that job, but obviously we're going to need a forage trailer as well. But then we're going to need one eventually anyway. You better pick up the hay. Oh. Get rid of my ugly mug. Connect pipes up. Right, let's send this dude back to Yeah, let's send him back to the field. Let's send him on his way. And then let's have a look and see. Oh, let's have a look and see what forage traders they have that are cheap, that we can afford to buy. Forage wagon. Yeah, we're looking at 30,000 for a small one. Does hold 16,000 litres though. Okay, we're going to buy that one as well. I know it takes away a bit of the profit of this job, but it's a way of moving forward in the future. It's not like we're not going to gain using the other tractor. Connect up the PTO drive and the cables. I'll send you back to the field as well. Lay the field. And then we'll see how we get on. So that's my tractor. That's at the farm dealer. That's where I did the last job. There's the water trailer. So we can turn that off. Slow down a bit. Now, if I remember, oh, why are we going backwards? If I remember rightly, we have a water tank behind this barn. The question is now, is there any water in it? And if there is, can I empty it into this and deliver it to wherever we've got to deliver it to? See if I can get down through here. Yep. Okay, now I'm concerned. Because you want to connect the water up. Why don't we connect the water up? I rethink this one altogether. I honestly thought this would work. I want to have any water. Okay. Now I've got to think hard now. Where am I getting that water from? Think, Rob, think. Thinkity think. The pond there. Right, let's go and have a look. Gotta be able to get water somewhere. The water's the easy bit because it's free, or it should be. if I can get it. Let's just shoot up the road and see if we can get some. No, wants to go that way. And then up this way. I believe if I can get this trailer in the pond and out again, we'll be laughing. See, there's water in there. So if we go up this way, I believe there's a pond. Bear with me, people. I'm no good with these stupid axle trailers. But I believe that I can. Come on. Where else am I going to get water from now? Something like that, but I don't quite understand why. Shit. This is why we have super strength, because if we didn't, we'd lost the tractor. But that clearly isn't going to work. So where the hell am I going to get water from? Where am I going to get water from? Sawmill. Really am struggling here what to do. Tell you what, we'll cheat with this one because I can. Right, so that trailer's absolutely useless. He's asked for water and it's not even a water tanker. That's why we can't fill it with water. It was water he asked for, yes. Just double check that. Yeah, he's asked for 11,000 litres of water. And the trailer doesn't even hold water. So, he made a bit of a boo-boo there. Can't reach the field. What a surprise. We need to find the road. Let's go back to the main road a minute. So that's put us on the back foot slightly because we need water. And he's not set us up to get any with this trailer. So this is something we're going to have to learn and work with. I still can't get there. Okay. Look at that now. Yeah, off you go. Okay, so the other tractor's here, which is good. Let's put this one away. Don't need them all out. This one back in the shed. So we have a mower, although like I said it is massively huge mower. But if it cuts the grass, then I will take it because that's what we need it for. We're going to find out whether this is going to cut the grass. Now if this cuts the grass, then we are laughing. Unfold the mower. I believe it's eggs. Marvellous. That's grass. Sweet. That's what I wanted. We got to kill two birds with one stone here because the farm could do with the trim. and I need to find 3,000 litres of grass, or 6,000 litres of grass, or whatever the case is. So this is working great in both ways. Swing it around and go back the other way. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is going to take a while to pick this up because it's not being rowed. I can't put a settings for this mower. But I believe we've got 50 odd hours to get this grass cleared up and sort some water out for the animal dealer. And there should be enough grass here for what we want. And it gives me a chance to test out the mower. So we'll zip back to the other green tractor. No, not that one, because that one's got the wrong trailer on it. I want this one. B to lower pickup. B to switch it on. Let's get some lights on the snow forwards, Rob. Get some lights on the situation. Where are we going? Alright, let's pick up this grass. So I hope you're enjoying this one. I'm going to avoid the harvesting for a while until I'm 100% sure that it's actually working properly. Like I said, the last thing I want to do is start throwing money away. Dragging a sign underneath now, especially for jobs that we're being paid to do. If it was for our own farm, then I would use it, 100% use it. It's great. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that field in the last episode. But if we're not going to get paid, then it's really not cost effective. It's going to start costing us £15,000-20,000 for missing crops apparently, and we can't afford to lose that sort of money. Whereas by doing these, although I've had to pay out for a couple of extra trailers, we would have needed them eventually on the farm. The water, this forage trailer, we were going to need them. So I've not lost anything, I've just paid out in advance, we'll say. What we'll do is we'll use this grass, once we've done enough for the animal dealer, we'll use the grass to put in the silage pit, I think. And we'll start building the silage pit up. And we'll start looking at the neighbouring fields for I believe that's enough for being able to expand the farmyard and the farmland a bit more. Yeah, you want 6,000 litres, that's ideal. Right, we're just going to run down the road with this one. Going to deliver this. Yeah, to expand the farm and develop, allow us to have more wheat fields, more grass fields, create more bales, more silage, get the TMR moving along, ready for the cows when they appear. Obviously, we're going to have goats as well. Also, kind of important. They need feeding as much as anybody else. I'm not sure I'm on the right side of the road. No, I'm not. So we're going to drop the 6,000 litres of grass down at the animal dealer, and then Rob. Told you my driving's not the best. Then we'll look at whatever's next, contract-wise. Oh my god, sort it out. What is a Vultra? And then we'll go from there and try and see what's next. Whether we do more contracts or whether we start looking at buying more fields, buying equipment to empty those fields. I mean, the issue is I don't want to get into the whole beets and potatoes malarkey because the price of the harvesters for those is ridiculous. Is it this one? I believe it is this one. I don't know what that's about. There. Here we're dropping it. And our tractor's in the way, so what we'll do is we'll hop out, we'll send him back to the farmhouse. I believe you can't find your way back to the farmhouse from here. There's plenty of trails about. Oh my god. There's always one that wants to drive into a sign. Okay? Always one. Come on, mate, sort it out. Jog on after the road. Right, let's drop this grass off. And we ought to look back. Look at going to get some water. But we need a water trailer for that. Right, tip it up. Right, so that's the grass done. It's half the job. Do is we'll take this back up to the farmhouse also. Or do I? No, I'll tell you what, we'll drop this one here. Let me disconnect all the cables a minute. At the PTO. Drop the trailer. I'm going to drive across the road and go get a water tanker. I don't know why they give us such a big trailer for just a small amount of grass. I mean, what is 6,000 litres of grass? Right, £5,000. 17. 8,000 litres. No, that's that one there. That holds water. We'll get this one. Just buy it like it is for now. I'll change it later on in life. So we're down to 200,000, but it's okay. It's okay. You got to spend money to make money, so I keep getting told. So that's what we're doing. Technically speaking, I should be able to go up to the farm and use the water tower. So we'll send this guy back up to the field. He's going to take out the trailer with him. Get rid of them now. So yeah, we just need the tractor and trailer back. We can get some water. This one can get out of the way. Nice colour, the green, to be honest. And the Vulture. I quite like the Vulture and the green. I don't know what the actual colour's supposed to be. I don't know why they've given me that trailer either, but they have. I think they were kind of hoping I had my own, but now I do now. So as far as water moving goes, it's not a problem. Question is, though, is... Oh my god. Well, yeah, I say you are stuck, mate. You know, you're in a bush. On your side, where are you going? I been driving like a loon. See how much better that is, going around the corner at the right speed. Not up on two wheels. Okay. Mouse back. Right, now we should be able to go up to the water tower, which is up here, and fill this with water. And that will allow us to take 11,000 litres of water down to the animal dealer. That was close. Right. Let me in here. First, need to fill the tool. There we go. Toppity, toppity, toppity. I'm not going to overfill it. Just because literally all we need is 11,000 litres, I'm not going to overdo it. There's just no point. We're going to go down and drop this off. No, I'm not, because I'm going to hit the fence that's hidden in the bushes. I should know that it's there, but I don't. I tell you what, roll on the winter months. So hot today, or tonight. Trying to stream this in my rig. It's a proper hot one. Right, when the draft is blowing, or the wind is blowing, and there's a bit of a draft. But when it's not, it's really statically hot and horrible. But we're going to drop this water off, and then the contract's done. And then both my trailers will then be down at the animal dealer. But we'll worry about that at a later date. As and when I need them again, I can move them around with the tractors. There you go. Contract finished. So that's £12,000 back in the kitty. I know we spent nearly 30 getting that job done, but it was worth it. There's another one there now. What does he want now? Digestate. I'm not doing that because I'll have to pay for it. That's a good one there. Cultivating. I'll tell you what, I'm going to borrow the items and we're going to have a crack at this because this is the next set. And this is what I wanted at the farm eventually as the next set. So we'll leave our water trailer there because it's okay there. We'll go and pick up the next set, which should be hopefully across the road. And we'll get to see it in its full glory. It's a machine and a half. It's definitely something I'm considering for this farm. Like I said, it's literally a combine, a cultivator, a plough, all in one. There is nothing this machine doesn't do. Enable work mode. No. without moving the wheels. Yeah, need that on. Entirely sure how we're supposed to hitch these up. Control Y. You know, I mean, is there a certain way to pick this up? Have a quick look at the connectors here. So that to me looks like it should be on the front. There's the pipes there. I am going to cheat because I'm not entirely sure how this works, alright? And I want to get it right. So what we're going to do is we're going to push this. Yeah. Oh. But it's not going up. Now why is it not? It's supposed to be sat on top. No, that way. What's that? What if I've done it wrong then? What if I need the other one on first? Like I said, this is all new to me. I'm still trying to work it out. See, this is what I thought now. Do I have to also trying to put this on backwards? Was that what I was doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? I've got no idea. This is all... Sort of. That is clearly where it's supposed to be. connecting. But I don't know why. That's why. Because now. Right. We're getting somewhere, people. I need to connect it manually. I keep forgetting I've got that adjusted or set to on. Now the question is now is what? Oh, maybe put that back on. Where and which way does this go on? Does that look right? Oh shit. We're going to find out, I guess. Okay. So what we're going to do. I'm going to pick this bitch up. Just because this will be easier with it in work mode. I think. So this, in fact, goes in the other side. This is such a ball ache. I guess so it's anything once you know until you've learned how to use it properly. So what they recommended was I put it in this side. Don't know whether that's right. I mean, it looks right. There's pins there to hook up. Maybe. Or does it go further under? I don't know how this stupid thing works. Ah. There we go. We're hooked. I don't know how to get back up there, mind you, but... Right. Let's fold the bit away again. And we'll connect it up. Right. Now what field are we going to, people? 77. This is the tank. An absolute monster of a vehicle. That took me 15 minutes to figure that one out. But hey. We're not only breaking any land speed records either with this, I don't think. Let's get on the go. So we're heading 77 at 10 miles an hour. just to cultivate the field. I just want to see how this works. This is a plan for my farm. Obviously, planting wheat and ploughing wheat, and that this will be faster because it would do the field in a couple of turns rather than wait and have to have tractors around to do the job. This will do the job for us. So you can see why I want it, but it is a right pain in the backside to set up, and it's no speed machine. But this will cultivate, plough, cultivate, seed and harvest. So this does 3 jobs in one. So this will save us a huge amount of hassle. And technically speaking, we could get rid of the combine harvester and have a massive income or influx of cash. So it's clever. It's not cheap, but if we buy the fields around the farm and then start looking at the bigger fields like 76, 77, 89, 24, then we're going to need a bigger piece of equipment to do these fields, and this is it. Literally all we're going to do is go out to 77, I'll course play it, and with a bit of luck, and I mean literally a bit of luck, he'll be able to do the field without any major issues, and we won't have to stand and watch him. We can run up and do another contract. That's the plan anyway. Whether it works that way is a different matter, but that's our plan. That's 79, 77 is that one there that's got crops in it. Why am I cultivating a cropped field? Nobody knows. But never mind. It's what we're being paid to do, so that's what we're going to do. It's this one here. So we're going to pull it up alongside here. Like so. Okay then. Now let's see if courseplay can do its magic. Field position 77. Field work setting. So work width 14 meters. Field center down. No, I want headlands 1. Start with headland. Counterclockwise position. Generate field course. Right job. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm going to cheat again, people. I believe, because it says it needs slurry. We don't have any. So. It's not going to let me fill it. Come on. I just drove all the way down here with a slurry tank on it. Needs to be refilled. I have to go back to the animal dealer because it's not going to let me have it without slurry on board, which is an absolute nightmare. I wonder actually. Slurry application, yeah. Let's just 12 it now. Phil. Yeah, we've cheated again. I don't want to do too much of that, but we have. We shouldn't be far away from the starter zone now, to be fair. I think the starter's down there. I'm going to start wherever it wants. But, wow. Is all I can say. Just wow, look at it. I mean, it's putting slurry in the ground. Oh, it's not actually. It's not putting anything in the ground. It's just cultivating. So I'm glad it didn't pay for that slurry. But that's incredible. It's just cracking on with it. And look at the amount of the headland it does in one hit. That's 14 meters worth in one run without even trying. It's incredible. Okay. So that's a £22,000 job and he's on his way. What else can we do? That's old school cultivating tractor and trailer. Field heap. Okay. Alright, well I'll crack this one as well then. As we're here. I reckon I could do that one myself, to be fair. As next hat's cracking on. Makes more sense to work through the night than to waste it. So you must have some sort of front loader or something to be able to pick up whatever's in the field and put it in this trailer. It's a £26,000 job, so stupid. Weight on the front. Lift it. Jump on the front of this. Probably not going to need this warping dirt trailer the way they seem to be handing these about, but we'll pitch it up nonetheless. You queued up. Weights on the front. Right, where are we going then, sir? We are going to build 38. I wonder if I can set a job and have him run that for me. Create a job. Loading position. Start a job. You know, let's just sit with him. So the next ad's doing really well, 35% in the field so far. I can't actually see whether it's still moving. Let's jump out to the big map and just double check he's still doing something. Doesn't seem to be there. Oh, he is moving. Let's just go and double check on him. This guy's nearly there anyway. Yeah, he's doing alright, look. Just lighting himself up. Sound as a pound. Sweet. Jump back into the other tractor. We should be pulling up on the 38 soon. And then we can load that up with whatever he's left me. By the looks of it, it's not going very far. So it shouldn't take as long to empty it out. Touch wood, we're not even going to have a whole trailer load anyway, so we should be good. I think. So yeah, 38's on the right here somewhere. There is the heap. Oh, he's left me a conveyor belt. Okay, that's fine. That'll be fine, we can conveyor it with that. Park it here somewhere. Awesome. Random apple. Right. So I need to line the conveyor belt up. The trailer. On the floor, I'll be glad. E. Start. Lift. Start back up. Check on the next set in a second. So I know it's moving again, it's fine. So it would probably saying he was stuck. Underneath this conveyor. Okay. Absolutely fabulous, people. Quite a pile there. Bring over to the next site and double check his OP. Yeah, he's doing fine. Missed a couple of patches, but it's what it is. So this should put us back where we were to before we bought the trailers for the other job, which is outstanding. Mm. This could end up being a couple of loads. It's quite a big pile. But the bonus with course player courses is it's not costing me anything for my men to work at all. They work for nothing. And like the game's AI that charge you for everything they do. So we're lucky in that respect. $38,000 litres. I'm not even happy with the bile yet. The very few beats he's left on the ground. Really full. Right, overload number one. Actually going next door to the plant next door, I believe, so. It's 52,000 litres of beats in the trailer, and there's more than that on the floor. So there's a lot more than it looks. Should be a tipping point here somewhere. There it is. Wait. The field pick some more. Stopping that. I'm going to stop that. Sunflower maize. It's quite cool. Literally all we're after is wheat and barley. I mean, we could play it clever. We could buy fields with wheat or barley in them, harvest it and then sell them. And try and play it clever. That would work. I believe. That could work quite well, I reckon. What's the next that doing? Not looking to go now. Flying around now. I'm well impressed with that. I'm glad I didn't pay for that slurry though, because that would have been a waste. Nearly 70% in the next that field. Still heading in the right direction. Another half a load. So anybody viewing, if you have any hints, tips for me, drop a comment in the comment section underneath the videos. If you want to see me do a different contract or try something different, please do shout. Any ideas about the cows, the grass, silage, you name it, please do reach out, drop a comment. I'm more than willing to read and listen and try whatever you guys want. You know, this is not all about me. This video is for you guys, not just for me to play. So please do reach out. Thousand litres, 100%. That's another 52,000. It's 104,000 litres we've moved so far. With beets, there's a lot of beets to move out of one field, I can tell you. But I am seriously considering my idea of buying fields of wheat and barley and using them, harvesting them, moving the bells, and then selling them back or selling them on. Yeah, right, I want to expand the operation, but I don't want to expand it to each end of the map. You know, let's not forget the goal here. All we need to do is make $1 billion or £1 billion with dairy products. To do that, we need to feed for the dairy animals. But other than that, we don't really need the fields for anything else. I'm gonna move the conveyor this time. We'll stick a truck there and trailer in here somewhere. I've now got it stuck. Typical. Too high. It's too far over the trailer. The trailers now. He's nearly done. Doing an outstanding job with that piece of kit, I tell you. %. Not entirely sure why he keeps missing wedges, but that'll have to be resolved somewhere and somehow. But it's good to know that this will do indirect slurry with cultivating, because it saves me messing about with spraying and all that a lot after the field, or after I put the planted crops. There you go, contract finished. So I think this will be our next big purchase, besides the cow barn and the goat barn. Will be the next that equipment, because we need it. I didn't touch the hoses. Where are the hoses to for that? That's why it wasn't pumping slurry. Yeah, look. Hoses are just hanging. There we go. Hold the attach hoses. I bet they're all now connected up. But hey, we'll know that for next time. So that's one job done. That's 21,000, so I'll have that one, thank you very much. What else you got? Not a lot at the moment. That's 3 loads. So that's 156,000 litres of beets we picked up. And there's still a fair pile there. Now we collect the wheat from the fields, what we harvest. I can feed the chickens. I'm liking this idea more and more of buying land with wheat or barley on it, to be honest, and storing it out. We get everything we want without the income, without the money problem. We buy the fields, harvest it, sell the field. We're actually laughing that way. And if we can buy it on the cheap, and bid on it and get it cheaper than what it's worth, then we can be better off again. I don't think this one's going to work either. Since we've only fucking moved 46%. We've moved a lot more than 46%. This is 3 trailer loads. This is loading up. We'll look at the map. Let's see what's on here. What we can have. No, it's gone. 32. Is that all there is? 19.32 an hours. Plenty of grass though. 25,000 pounds for that field. Six for that one. $72. Okay. So there's plenty of grass. There was another wheat field out there. 32 is another wheat field. It's not as many as I thought it was going to be, which is kind of sad. I expected a lot more. I mean, at the end of the day, the wheat's not going to be ready until July next year. It is still plantable now, so it's still being planted now. So there may be more to come. There are plenty of grass fields out there. So we could add some more grass. Pete's here, Walter. And you're going to short change it. I can see it coming now. With the amount of we've moved, we're a lot more over 46% moved. I'll tell you that for nothing. There is still a bit left on the ground, but we're looking at that 20%. %. 18%. There's 208,000 litres of beets we've moved. But you can't tell me that's only 46%. That should be up in the 80s. If he is going to try us and screw us over, I'm not collecting the job, and we'll leave it sat there. Just because I'm not gonna get called out by that again. We lost enough money with that parsnip job. I thought this would have been different considering the stuff was already on the ground. But clearly there's a glitch somewhere. The things I haven't moved nowhere near enough. 2%, 3%. And 61% transported for fill 38. I'll tell you what I might do. I might cheat again. I'm not into cheating, but I don't want to lose money either. I might fill the trailer with beets and then see if I can dump them and whether it'll accept it as they come from this field. Just so that we're not losing money, if that makes sense. Don't think that I want to cheat the entire game, because that's not what it's about. I just don't see that we should have to lose money because of the glitch. I don't feel that it's fair. I'd be lucky if this sees 90%. $91. $82. Let's just hop in like here a minute. Let's see if I can cheat. Nope. Well. Player. Nope. Tip to the ground. Red beets. Good. Still counting. Okay. We'll go again. It's gone back. Trailer hasn't been. I don't think. And now it must have done because I put 20,000 litres down the first time and 30 the second time. That should have been 50,000 litres. I'm only on 30 something. Now no more. I'll let the conveyor finish its job. Still picking up, but I don't know where from. Still beats on the conveyor belt, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. We'll go and dump these and come back. Would like the payout from this. Definitely would like the payout from this. I mean, we're in September. We still have time to cut grass. Put it in the silage pit. At least allied. We're still missing 4%. And I don't believe there's 4% on that conveyor. This is exactly the same issue I had last time. It gets really close to being finished, but it doesn't actually finish the contract. And of course, you then got to explain where the crops have gone, and then they'll then want their money back for what the crops are worth. And I know red beets aren't worth a great deal, but they're obviously worth enough. So how much is this conveyor going to hold? And is it going to hold enough to give us the last 4%? $7,000. $15,000 litres. We could be alright here, people. This conveyor seems to hold a lot of dirt. Not a lot of dirt, a lot of beach. 18,000 litres. $23,000 litres. I think we're looking for over a trailer load really, if it's got it. 30. $35 now. Boy. $45. Let's finish up and see what the weather forecast is like for tomorrow. Oh, we got sunshine for it's raining for rain September 3rd. Snow comes in October. Okay, so we've got two choices here. We're either going to buy a grass field, we're going to go and cut it now and hope that it dries tomorrow into hay, or do we just silage it? Alright, it's stopped, 52,000 litres. Okay. I don't know. I am really tempted just to go and buy a grass pit, a field, and send the mower over and do it now. And then when we come back in the next episode, we can go out there and pick it up and take it back to the silage pit and get it silaged. Start getting it silaged. You know, I mean, it's all very well us doing these contracts, but we want us to be able to make money on our own, not just with contracts. Some of these contracts are a bit of a pain. Farmland 81 is up for auction. Okay, where's Farmland 81 and what's on it? Nope. That I want. There's nothing on 81 that I want, so that's staying there. Contract finished. Job done. Okay, we've done that one. Outstanding. I didn't think we were going to get it finished, but we have. Cheat or not. So we'll collect the money from that. Thank you very much, Walter. Okay, so decisions now, people. We have £259,000 in the bank. That one's 206. That one's 225. So do I buy that and send the mower out there and then sell it when we've finished? Yes, we are. So I'm going to buy that one. Just filled 84. We'll go back to the mower. Yes, I know it leaves us a bit short-handed cash-wise for a minute or two, but once we've cut the grass, we can sell the field back. And you want the grass off of it. That's what I'm after. So what we need to remember is we're only after the product on the field. I don't want the field, just the grass. When I showed the grass off, we'll sell it back. Get our £225,000 back. Because for those of you that don't know, if you buy a field for a price, you can sell it back for exactly the same price. You can buy them cheap by bidding for them when they come up on auction, which some of them do. Then you can sell it back for what it's worth, not what you paid for it. That's field 84 there. So we go down to the shop. And left after the shop. Right, I need to know the button to turn this mower into a swather. So we can swath the grass. Then I can have it picked up and taken back to the pit. This one. No, it wasn't that one, it was the next one, but we'll take this one anyway. Go down this one. Cool, it should be up here on the left hand side after all the buildings. Yeah. Right, so how do we turn this into a swath machine then, people? That is the next question. Let me fake out and Google it, shall we? Big M. Fold machine. Yep. You know, turn the mowers on. Use your designated select work mode key. Toggle between the swath dropping right, spreading or swath drop left and right. Work mode. Well, there isn't one. Hold. And then there's H. Hang on a minute, people. We need to find this. Look at the controls. Instruction, vehicle driving. Proactive. Vehicle. Switch seat. Touch tool. Change barrel size. Unload. Change seeds. Toggle pipe. Toggle straw swath. Dump on ground. Found all tools on the load. Toggle work mode. Control Y. Control Y. Right, that should be in work mode. Touch wood. Field work. Field position 84. Generate course. Start job. Do that. let him cut the grass. I have to, no, not do that. Right. Bear with me. Let's try and get through this as quick as I can. There's a method to my madness. Just let it get to the pit from there. The construction. It should be in decorations, I believe. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. Hopefully, if it's here, it might be in the tools actually. Or is it in the decoration? There it is. Go right to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'll go back into there. No, I don't want that, do I? No nut. Should now gonna delete them. B. Yep. So this is a way of loading silage into the silage bin without being here. So technically speaking, I can get AI to come here and deliver. Alright, now I will show you how, so that you understand. Hopefully. I'm going to record. Stop. Turn off the record. I'm going to go from there to there. Okay, so he now will drive into that route and deliver. He will then drive so I want to connect these up as well. Bear with me, there is a reason for this. This one, and there. this one, to this one. Right, and that way he will drive onto any of those lines with the trailer on the back. Okay, they're all named. Now he's going to pull up this line and then back up the line and drop off. Okay, so you also want to join these together this way. Okay, now the reason for that is that I'm going to have him come out of after dropping, he's going to come out this side and he's going to reconnect to the original route and then head back to wherever he's come from. Yeah, so if we connect them up to over here, put the curve in like so, he'll head off that way once he's finished. Doesn't matter which line he starts off on or finishes off on, he'll end up back out on that route and heading home. And then over this side, obviously this is a blue road, so this doesn't make much difference, so we'll get rid of this one and then we can have it coming from this direction like that, or from this direction like that. It doesn't make any difference which way he comes from. Okay, that means that when he picks up the grass from that field, he should be able to drive all the way back here with that grass and drop it off in the silo. And then all we've got to do then is work on a machine or a tool to push it back up into the silo and compact it. So I'm going to pick the trailer up. From the animal dealer. Object. Right. Straight here. If I have it right and he's swathing, then this guy here should be able to follow the same route, pick up the swath that he's left behind and return it, but we'll find out in just a second. Let's to the mower. He's apparently stuck on an object, but he's not stuck on an object at all, he just can't back up far enough because there's too much going on around the edge of the field. Let's clear up some of this growth. Swath of gears down. Come on, man, I'm in. Yeah, swathing, fabulous. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the route. I'm going to switch back to the other tractor, which is there. Field position 84. Start job. Okay, so he's a bit confused. So am I, if I'm honest. Save course. Delete entry. Entry mode. Save course. There you go. So I saved that course. Now we switch back to the tractor. Load. Escape. We should now have a course. There we go. Anyway, mate. I don't know where his start point is to. There you go. See these here, 10, 11, 12 and 13, these are map markers. And these map markers are for the silage pit. Okay, now I haven't marked this field, so I'm going to have to somehow. I don't know quite how. Because it ain't going to take long to fill up. Well, vehicle. See how close I can get without it stopping. But 10's the first one, 11, 12, 13 and 14 are all part of the silage bin. So the plan is now is to get this truck to that field and set up a field marker for that field so that I can have him drive backwards and forwards collecting grass. I'm bringing it back to the silage pit, hopefully. I'll try and get that done before you've gone, just so I can show you him reversing into the silage pit and show you that it works well. Hopefully. not used it before, so this is the first time I'm using those things. I've watched it being used. It does work really well if I've set it up correctly. I wanted that one. Sorry, mate. Causing all sorts of trouble now, me. Alright, over the railway lines. Okay. That's the marker. Turn that off. That way. That. Let's put this one across the road out of the way. 34. It's following the direct route, so we're not leaving any grass on the floor. So what we need to do now is change this to field 84. And this to number 10. What he's doing now. Right, he started again. That's fine. Give the mower a chance to get ahead. So yeah, we're up to 87%, which is quite a decent amount already, considering we only had, what, 2 lines. Tractor's really a bit big for the trailer. I'm surprised it's even picking anything up, but it'll do for now. Still moving 20,000 litres of chaff at grass at a time, so I'm not going to complain. That was zipping on nicely. By the time he's done the next run or two, he should be full up. God, it's so hot. I've had enough of the heat. But this is how easy this could be. I could have them doing this and I could run off and do something else. I can go and check on the animals, I can go and feed the animals, I could go and harvest a field of wheat, I can go to the shop and sell stuff, I can go to the shop and buy stuff, even better. But yeah, there is no limit to these two programs working together. Auto Drive and Courseplay are incredible. They really are incredible to work together as well as they do, considering they're made by different people. They work spot on. I've never seen programs work like this together. I mean, technically speaking, he should finish this line before and then head off back to the farm, which is what I'm hanging around for. I know the video's gone on quite a while. I am considering lowering the amount of time. They're saying it needs to be unloaded, so it should now take over onto auto drive if I've got it set right. I believe I have. No, I don't. No, that one. Auto drive should now take over. It'll do a loop, it'll say it needs to be unloaded, and he'll head, or should head off back to the farm. Yeah, it needs to be unloaded. Can't calculate path. Okay. Bear with me then. You're a bit far away, are you? I just run into something that we have near me. This guy's been driving around the field for the last 15-20 minutes. I managed to drive into the one thing that he hasn't. Right, let's try again. So he will remember, technically speaking, where he finished, so that when he comes back to the field, he'll be able to go down there, across there, and start on that patch again, and continue. So now if I push the arrow button, you'll have a think about it. Now you can see the oh, I realise you need to be unloaded. You don't really need to drive all the way back across the field to realise that, surely. He knows where he was too. He's not going to do it. He really is a little stumped. So we'll have to help him out a little bit. Alright, but he will come back and he will finish, or can continue to collect grass from where he finished. What we'll do is we'll give him a helping hand. We'll take him over to 84, which is over there, and then I'll start auto drive and he should head straight back to the farm, back to the silage pit, empty out, and then come back to 84 and start again. There, he's picked up the line. Can I reach 10 map marker Y? Is there something wrong with the route? Swing it off, it connects up. It's the wrong one, it's this one this side, that one. Sometimes not all of these routes are connected up, so you need to be careful that they are actually connected. If you look here, look, see, the side roads there aren't connected to this route. So what I'm going to do is drive back across to the main road and make sure that this is all connected up. Good job I got the track then. No, it's not there, see, it's not connected. That's all this problem was. So literally all I'm going to do is going to connect this one to this one, and then this one to this one, and now if I push auto drive, he should head off. Like I said, the trailer's too small for this tractor really, but it would have to do for now. So we are heading off back to the farm. So a note to yourselves, if you download AutoDrive and ask for it to pre-route the map for you, because somebody's actually done it and put a load of routes up on the maps already, just make sure that the routes you're going to use are actually connected, because if they're not, then you're going to have to connect them, just to make sure that you can get where you need to go, or that your AI driver can get where they need to go. And also remember, if you're using Courseplay and AutoDrive, make sure this is on the Courseplay symbol and it is highlighted, because if it's not, then they won't work together. Now, which road are you going to go in on, my friend? This one or the other one? This one. See, I remember when we were back here earlier on connecting the routes up. This is why I connected the routes up here, to make sure that he was going the right way. He's going to go around this corner. Let's put the route back up just so they can see what's going on. He'll follow the line. Now he should go up this line and back up into there. The reason the lines are so long is so that he can straighten himself out. So that he's nice and straight. And then he'll back into the pit. Like so. And he should tip his load at the back, if I've got them set correctly. There we go, there's the grass. Come out the back of the trailer. And once he's emptied out, he should pull forward. Trailer's empty. And away he goes. And he'll now drive right up to the end and hang a left. I believe it's a left, and he'll go on out through and collect that with the other route. Up he goes. He'll connect up with my route and head back to field 84. And then all you do is you go to this one and you change this one to number 11 for the next time. There's a tractor in the way. I'll leave it, mate, don't worry. Let's just drag it out of the way for now, just so that it's not in the way. But then we'll follow him back to the field to make sure he gets there. And that's it in a nutshell. He'll do all that without me interfering now. He'll literally go backwards and forwards from the field to the pit, dropping it off. And if I had a tool there to push it back up into the bin, he could drop off at 11 non-stop, one after the other, without complaint. Or number 10, sorry. But because I haven't got a tool there to start compacting it and shoving it at the back, we'll just move them along 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 10, 11, 12, 13 until he's finished that field. And then we'll have to look at money wise to see whether we can afford a compactor. I mean, obviously the best thing is Yeah, so where was I? The only thing that's really man enough for the job is going to be something like a bulldozer. Here we go. So I did install the D7, £155,000 for a D7 dozer, and there's a Komatsu there for £1,000,000. So I think it's a no-brainer, really. We're going to have the D7, just for shoving it all at the back. That will literally just push all the grass back into the back of the pit, but I will show you that closer to the time so you can understand what I mean. Oh, by the looks of it, it's finished. Yeah. So we'll let this guy sort himself out, because he should follow the route. Then, with a bit of luck, Courseplay will take over and he'll head back across the field. He'll stop there. Courseplay takes over, and he should head back to where he finished. Looks like he's getting. So yeah, we'll just make sure he connects up to the original route that he was on. I hope you're all impressed. I know I am. This is fantastic stuff, to be honest. I mean, and then you can delete it. Oh no, bring it back a minute. You can get rid of that so that you can't see it, and then delete it off the page, and he will carry on. This, I can do the same. I can literally close off that, remove that. I believe he's starting the route all over again. I don't quite understand why he's doing that, but we'll let him crack on. But that's it in a nutshell. It's that easy. He now can't see the routes, but he can read them. So we'll start this upgrade back up. We'll get this back to the farm, which means I need to bring up auto drive again and return it to build 2. Obviously you can't find the route because you're too far across the field. That is the only downside. If the fields are big, like this one is across, then the routes are quite hard to find. Ideally you could do with putting auto drive route right around the outside of the field. It's not a lot of good here because there's a river running down one side of the field, and I don't really want any of my equipment in the river. But if I put here on the road, I know there's a route there. Push field 2, and off he goes. No problem. Right, so that's going to be it for this video. It's dragged on a little longer than I wanted it to. Thanks very much for sticking with me as I worked through this and explained it all to you. I hope it all makes sense. We'll come back in the next episode and finish this field and then sell the field back and get our money back. And then we'll be able to crack on and move further into it. Yeah, if you did like what you're watching, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to head over to the other series I'm recording, the Yukon Gold series, on a Friday night, called Friday Night Mining. And have a watch of that. And if you like that, please again don't forget to like and subscribe that one. Every subscription helps towards the channel and allows me to keep bringing you guys content. So yeah, please do. And like I said, any comments you want to drop them in. There is no bad comments. I'll take the rough with the smooth. If I'm doing something wrong that you want to see different, then call it out, or I can't get it right. Other than that, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you and good night.